Squid Game, Season 1, Episode 9, One Lucky Day. The rain pours relentlessly, soaking the barren, sand-covered ground of the final game arena. Two men stand across from each other, breathing heavily, their faces marred by exhaustion and dried blood. They have survived unspeakable horrors, each carrying the weight of betrayal, loss, and desperation. But now, only one can leave alive. Seong Gi-hun, number 456, battered and barely able to stand, grips the knife in his trembling hand. His opponent, Cho Sang-woo, number 218, glares at him with weary but determined eyes. The game they are about to play is Squid Game, the same childhood game they once enjoyed together, now twisted into a final deadly confrontation. The final game begins. The frontman stands above, watching impassively as the last two contestants step into the designated playing area. The rules are simple. Gi-hun, as the attacker, must reach the squid's head, while Sang-woo, the defender, must stop him by any means necessary. There are no restrictions. Gi-hun tightens his grip on the knife and charges forward. Sang-woo, fueled by survival instinct, blocks him, pushing him back. The two engage in a vicious struggle, slipping and stumbling on the wet ground. Sang-woo, ruthless as ever, kicks Gi-hun hard in the ribs, knocking the wind out of him. Gi-hun groans, but refuses to give up. The fight becomes brutal. They punch, claw, and slash at each other, their faces contorted in pain and rage. At one point, Sang-woo slashes Gi-hun's cheek with the knife, drawing blood. Gi-hun retaliates, tackling Sang-woo to the ground and attempting to stab him, but Sang-woo knocks the knife from his hand. They roll across the sand, their bodies colliding violently. With sheer determination, Gi-hun overpowers Sang-woo, pinning him down. Blood drips from his forehead as he raises the knife, poised to deliver the final blow. But then he hesitates, his breathing ragged, his hands shaking. He looks into Sang-woo's eyes, and for the first time in a long while, he sees his childhood friend. Not an enemy, a choice of mercy. Gi-hun's chest heaves. He remembers the people they lost, Ali, Sae-byok, Ji-young, and all the others who died in this twisted game. His heart pounds with grief and anger. But does he really want to win like this? Instead of killing Sang-woo, he drops the knife. He staggers to his feet, looking toward the entrance of the arena. The frontman watches, emotionless. "I forfeit," Gi-hun says hoarsely, his voice nearly breaking. "I'm ending this. Let's go home together." He extends a trembling hand to Sang-woo, offering him a chance to walk away. The prize money, the 45.6 billion won, no longer matters to him. Sang-woo, lying in the dirt, stares at Gi-hun with hollow eyes. His mind races. All his life he had fought for success, for survival, believing that he had to crush others to stay on top. And now, after everything, Gi-hun was willing to throw it all away. For him? His lips quiver, a bitter smile creeps onto his face. "Go home and take care of my mother," he whispers. Before Gi-hun can react, Sang-woo grips his knife and plunges it into his own neck. Blood spills onto the ground. Gi-hun screams, rushing to hold him, but it's too late. Tears stream down his face as Sang-woo gasps for breath, his body shuddering. Then, with one last exhale, Cho Sang-woo is gone. The aftermath, a hollow victory. A loud buzzer sounds. Gi-hun has won, but he feels no triumph. Blindfolded and placed in a car, he barely registers what's happening. He is driven away, his mind blank. When the blindfold is removed, he finds himself back in the city, still wearing his blood-stained clothes. The only thing he carries with him is a debit card. He stumbles to an ATM and hesitantly inserts the card. The balance appears on the screen, 45,600,000,001. He stares at the numbers, his hands trembling. It's more money than he ever dreamed of, but instead of joy, he feels only emptiness. A year of silence time passes. Gi-hun, though now wealthy beyond belief, barely touches the money. He wanders through life like a ghost, unable to escape the nightmares of what he endured. One day, he receives an invitation card, just like the one that led him into the games. The sender, Oh Il-nam, 001, the old man he had believed to be dead. Shocked and confused, Gi-hun follows the instructions and arrives at a high-rise building where he finds Il-nam, frail and lying on a hospital bed. The true mastermind. Revealed, Il-nam smiles weakly. I wanted to see you one last time. He confesses that he was the true creator of the Squid Game. Along with a group of ultra-wealthy elites, he designed the games as a form of entertainment. Watching desperate people fight for survival was their twisted form of pleasure. Il-nam admits that he even participated in the games himself, simply because he wanted to feel alive again before his inevitable death. Gi-hun, seething with rage and disbelief, demands to know why. Because people will always gamble on their lives when they have nothing left, Il-nam says simply. Before he dies, Il-nam makes a final bet. He and Gi-hun watch a homeless man outside the window, lying in the cold. Il-nam wagers that no one will help him before midnight. As the clock nears 12, a kind stranger finally approaches and helps the man. Il-nam, defeated, exhales his last breath. Gi-hun stares at him, the weight of the revelation crushing him. The world he thought he knew is even darker than he imagined. A new purpose and a dangerous decision. After Il-nam's death, Gi-hun finally decides to use his money for good. He retrieves Kang Se-byok's younger brother from the orphanage and entrusts him to Sang-woo's mother, leaving them a large sum of money. But just as he is about to board a plane to reunite with his daughter, fate intervenes. At the airport, he sees the same recruiter from before, the one who lured him into the games, now trying to recruit a new player. Gi-hun rushes forward, but the recruiter vanishes. Filled with fury, Gi-hun calls the number on the Squid Game card. A voice answers, warning him to get on the plane and forget everything. But instead of boarding, Gi-hun turns away. His eyes burn with determination. He is no longer the broken man who left the games. Now he has a mission. The game is not over yet. The screen cuts to black. That's it, guys. The first season of Squid Game ends here. See you soon for the second season. Don't forget to subscribe.